exciting to be here. So I've got a very mixed background, all right? It's absolutely beautiful to be a part of this festival here, taking place in the UK, celebrating Spanish culture and theatre, because my family is from all over, all right? So I grew up in Mallorca. Do we know Mallorca? British friends, you familiar with Mallorca? Of course you are. Thanks so much for fucking up my country. I really appreciate that. I grew up in Mallorca, in a place called Pollença. I don't know if you know it, in the northeast. Not too many tourists around. It's a beautiful part of Mallorca, but my family is from all over, right? So my mom is actually half Welsh. Do we have any Welsh people in this evening, by the way? That is allowed, by the way. If you are Welsh, that is okay, all right? My mother is from Wales. I tell you, when I say in Spanish as well, I say, it's from Gales, okay? People get confused in Spain. They think I'm in Galicia, all right? I'm like, no, it's a bit more north than Galicia we're talking, a little bit more frio than Galicia, all right? But my mom is from South Wales, a place called Pontardawe. Has anyone heard of Pontardawe? It's a tiny little town. I don't expect you to have heard of it. Pontardawe is actually a Welsh word. I'm trying to learn Welsh. Pont means bridge, and Adawe means over a shithole, okay? It's not a great place to move to from Pollença, ladies and gentlemen, all right? From Pollença to Pontardawe. My mother hates that joke. She's like, Ignacio, please stop saying that, all right? They've taken all of the trolleys out of the canal. And it's true, they did take the trolleys out of the canal, but it was to get the pounds out, and then they threw them back in the canal, all right? They couldn't give a shit. She is also half Irish. Any Irish in? Yes, are you Irish? Amazing stuff, Carl. Which part of Ireland are your family from? Donegal, beautiful part of the world, man. I love Ireland. It's a really cool place. You're guaranteed to have an Irish person everywhere, all right? Ireland, it's true. Irish people get everywhere. I've got an Irish grandfather, and I appreciate everyone has an Irish grandfather, because Ireland's biggest export is grandfathers, all right? Yeah, my granddad's from County Mayo, way out west, beautiful part of the world, very green, beautiful place. I didn't know this until I visited there, but it's actually called County Mayo because that is where the whitest people on the planet are from, okay? Yeah, they went through all of the condiments when they were naming this place. They were like, County Ketchup? I don't think so, okay? County Brown Sauce? No chance, all right? Mayo it is, okay? That's how white and pale everyone is in County Mayo. My father was born in Northern Africa, in Morocco, born in Meknes, and then he moved up to Spain, and that's where I was born, in Mallorca, ladies and gentlemen. I got a half-German sister. Yeah, I'm not making this up. My family is like a meeting of the UN, all right? I have a half-German sister because my father really likes fucking around. It is his favorite hobby, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what to get him for Christmas other than more condoms, okay? Because we should not have a family as big as we do. I have a half-German sister. She found me on the internet. I didn't know she existed. She got in touch with me. Ignacio, I don't know if you know this. I am your sister from Berlin. I was like, oh my God. Block. What are you talking about, right? Nothing against Germany, but Christmas is expensive enough as it is, okay? I'm not posting no presents to Berlin as well. I need to go back out to Spain, all right? Visit family over there. So I've been over here for some time, ladies and gentlemen. I've been back and forth. I've been trying my whole life to fit in the UK. Now, my Spanish friends, put your hands up if you've been living in the UK for more than 10 years. Yes, many of you, okay? Now, you will back me up on this. What we've had to do in order to fit into the British culture, we have had to become alcoholics. Because I'm going to tell you a quick story that the Spanish usually get quicker than anybody else, but obviously we've got Spanish speakers as well from the UK, so you'll pick up on it as well. The first time my mother ever met my Spanish grandmother, she made a pretty big mistake. She didn't speak much Spanish, and she was worried about it because my father was like, I'm going to leave you with my mother, right? And I want you to look after her, okay? And my mother said, but I don't speak any Spanish, and she doesn't speak any English. She said, Yvonne, it's fine. Habla con tus manos, okay? Speak with your hands, okay? Spanish people gesticulate, you'll get by just fine. My mother was thinking, okay, and I picked up bits of Spanish. I can do that, all right, okay, fine. So my father left. My mother is left there with my Spanish grandmother who doesn't speak any English whatsoever. My mother thinks, you know what? I'm going to take her down the beach. I'm going to do a nice thing. I'm going to ask her to go to the beach with me. She thinks, I get to practice my Spanish as well. So she goes there and she says, ¿Quieres venir? Okay, would you like to come a la playa? To the beach? She's thinking, so far so good, I'm nailing this, okay? She thinks she's fluent in Spanish all of a sudden. She said, ¿Quieres venir a la playa? Would you like to come to the beach? Con, with. Now my mother doesn't know the word for me. She doesn't know how to say conmigo, okay? She does know the word for I, all right? So she's thinking, I could say with I. And I will get away with this just fine, right? It won't be an issue whatsoever, right? I mean, yes, it might sound a little bit pretentious. Would you like to come to the beach with I? But she's thinking she's going to understand what I mean, right? ¿Quieres venir a la playa? Would you like to come to the beach? Con, with, yo. Coño, cunt. And my Spanish grandmother's looking up her like, what the fuck did you just say to me? You want to come to the beach, cunt? That's what she's saying to her right now, okay? My mother doesn't understand why she looks at me. My grandmother is speechless. She's like trying to figure out what she could possibly mean by this, all right? Would you like to come to the beach? Can't, all right? And she doesn't realize she does the typical British thing. If somebody doesn't understand you, she just says it louder and louder and louder, saying, coño, coño, coño. I did not expect to be echoing that word around the church this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But she says this to her, would you like to come to the beach? Coño, she's realizing I've done something wrong. She doesn't understand what I'm saying, all right? What on earth am I going to do? And she says, what did he say to me? Habla con tus manos. ¿Quieres venir a la playa? Coño! Okay, she's doing it over and over again. Just looks like a naked sock puppet is swearing at her now, right? It hasn't worked out great whatsoever. But that was the first time my mother met my Spanish grandma. It's a miracle I'm alive, if I'm being honest with you, right? That she made it through to tell a tale. They come every year in Union Jack gear and rubbish football shirts, fake tan for all the girls. Local food, they don't mean shit. They'd rather just eat chips, read Hello Magazine, sunburning by the sea. Because when they all come, they come together. They think football songs are clever. Some of them calling me Manuel. That's not my name. You can just go to hell. Now there's more of them than ever. Always complain about the weather. Starting to look a bit like a heifer. Maybe you should cut back on the Stella. Ella, ella, eh, eh, eh. Cut back on the Stella. Ella, ella, eh, eh, eh. Don't worry, there's more. It's coming. It's alright. And I love how great rhythm Spanish people have and they want you to start clapping along as well, right? But I'm worried the British might join in, okay? So if we just keep it, you pay to be here, let me do the work, all right? I've got this. You hate the UK so much, he goes, why don't you piss off back to Spain, right? Why don't you piss off back to Spain, go do comedy over there? That's what he said to me. I said, listen, man, I don't do comedy in Spain because they don't need cheering up. I said, but these miserable bastards, I told him, about living in the UK, that's what it's all about. You need some comedy.